Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a very successful leadership and team coach. She's going to share her incredible journey from migrating to the U.S. to serving in our nation's military to now helping the next generation of leaders find another gear. Her incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I hang out around a lot of entrepreneurs, and every entrepreneur that I know has a great coach behind them, helping them find their blind spots. Somebody who knows that very well is my next guest, Mayme Doumbia. She is a leadership and team coach. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I want to hear your why, because everybody has something that gets them up out of bed in the morning. What do you love about coaching?
I love the fact that I can just look at leaders and see their potential and really support them through that journey. A lot of times, the best things that I see is when that person can find that aha moment and they go to that next space and remove the barriers and whatever roadblocks is hindering them from getting to that success.
Absolutely. And you've overcome a lot of adversity. You migrated to the U.S. from Africa in what year?
In 2003.
2003. And then you joined the military. Tell us about your role in our nation's military.
So I was in logistics and I was the armor.
And that's not easy. I mean, anybody who's not served in the military doesn't completely understand. I mean, punctuality is punctuality. When they say 0600, that's not 0605, is it?
Yes. No, you're 15 minutes here, 15 minutes.
What are some of the qualities that you learned in the military?
Discipline, service, and commitment has been a very big aspect of my career in the military. It really pushed me to the next level, and I believe I needed that to really function in the society, especially today, post-pandemic, with resilience being one of them.
And logistics is all about having a plan, right? And I think all leaders need a plan and need to revisit the plan constantly, don't they?
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about your coaching career. How did you migrate into coaching?
In the military, you get taught to coach leaders as well and do what we call counseling. So I was doing this before I even realized I was actually doing it. In 2017 was when I started my business, and I wanted to see the differences in what leadership meant for me and really embody that. One of the things that I noticed in the military, you get good leaders and you get some bad leaders. And it's really important to really be that leader you wish you had. And that was one of the passions behind why I started coaching.
We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down your website, I want you to describe the kinds of clients that you love to work with.
The clients I love to work with are those that are ready for change, that are willing to change, and that are excited to see and go past the barriers that are hindering their mindset or whatever is in their way to become successful leaders. And that could mean maybe just a simple fact of waking up in the morning. Because I bring that discipline, we try to bring accountability to that.
Yes, and we see this every day where somebody might be the best salesperson, and so he or she gets promoted to team lead, and that person may not have ever read a leadership book, and they fail. They're really good at sales, but they're not good at leadership. So talk about why people hire you.
So to what you're saying, I love the book by Patrick Lencioni where he talks about the motives, and that's talking about the CEO who decided to finally work for his organization because he realized that he's not a CEO. And a lot of time is finding that coach that will help you get to that realization. A lot of people are great individual contributors, but they don't need to be team leaders. But because of the structure of the workplace, that is the easier migration from one step to the next. But I see that a lot of organizations are opening opportunity now for individual contributors that are still leaders in their own right, but that don't need to be team leaders and have others under them. And a lot of time that creates a lot of hurt because some of the leaders that you're leading are getting hurt by your leadership style because you're not helping them, you're crushing some of their spirits. So.
Yes, and a bad leader can chase off employees. We hear about quiet quitting, and there's an old expression that people don't quit companies, they quit leaders. Yes. And bosses. I want to show a video, and I want you to describe this for us because you're very active in the DFW community. Tell us what we're watching here.
So this is my 6-year anniversary at Excelsior. This is just began my journey celebrating, actually. I haven't been much of a celebrator. I just have my little coffee or something outgoing to just have that moment of achieving this, because I don't see a lot of coaches in this space or this industry like this that do this. So a friend of mine who is also a coach encouraged me and said, this is a really great milestone. You need to celebrate. 6 years of business is not something that can easily be done. So.
Absolutely. And you're also very active in the International Coaches Federation. Tell us about that organization and what you get out of it.
So I'm the Director of Alliance with the International Coaching Federation. We call it ICF in the Texas chapter. And what my role is to really create partnerships with organizations. And we provide pro bono services. And we also have a speakers bureau. And we bring leaders to the Coaching Federation to connect them so that they understand what we do, how we do it, and how we can support them and their organization.
I know a group that both of us are passionate about is the Young Executives, which is part of Success North Dallas. You volunteer your services with them. Why do you do it?
So we are a branch of the global community of the International Coaching Federation, and our chapter in North Texas is passionate about leading the next generation. And we do that by giving back to the community through volunteering. So we have a group of coaches that are just passionate about supporting leaders, and they're willingly giving time to put into service so that they're also giving back to the community.
Outstanding. We have only got a couple minutes left, so look into that camera on the left and talk to the viewer who thinks he or she might need a coach.
Everybody needs a coach. I don't think we live in a place where coaching was just a luxury anymore. It has become a necessity for your growth, for your development. You have life coaches that can support you through your journey. And you have business coaches if you want to be in the business industry. You have leadership coach if you want to grow within your organization. No one is not exempt. No one is exempt from getting a coach. It's just important to your journey. And as a coach, the best part about why we enjoy this process is we also have coaches that are helping us become better and supporting clients that will become the leaders of tomorrow. We all do need a coach.
That's awesome. Great way to leave this program. We're also going to leave you with her website, which is excelsiorcoaching.com. Mayme, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.